Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour, and welcome to the podcast Fiction After Lunch. I'm Mandy.
And I'm Sam.
And yeah, Sam, what are we doing in this podcast?
We are trying to make an original work based on a fan fiction Mindy wrote when she was 13 years old. This story is about a little girl who falls in love with an alien. And then there are also other aliens and robots, and a lot of blood and violence is happening.
Yeah, like our podcast is now very famous for being very violent, and there's a lot of blood and knives everywhere. Everyone is carrying a knife. Actually, today we had a discussion while going out and taking a walk. Like, we were discussing like how miserable our police is, like how bad they are. Like, our police is just, I don't know, not doing anything in our
story
country. Like in the story in our country.
Why do you have to get political now? What are you doing?
Yeah, I wanted to get political before we get into the chapter where there will be no politics. So this we have, how's it called? This we now have sorted out. So
you can cut everything off that.
Sam doesn't want to have any political stuff in here.
No.
And okay, and actually, I don't know what else we talked about. We just went for a walk, and there's one thing I know about this chapter, but only one thing.
Which is that one person in this chapter will die. So here's a warning for that. I'm not going to tell you which person or when it will happen.
Yes, I was already making a lot of guesses. Like, yesterday she told me this while I was sitting at my desk and doing some, how's it called, studying. And then she told me, yeah, someone will die from the story. And I was like, what? What? And then the whole night and evening I was just thinking about, like, who will die? Because in our story itself, there are so many people already dying. So if you emphasize that someone is dying, it's definitely one of the main characters. So
yeah,
I'm
it
like,
is. Yeah.
Oh no! So, no, I don't want to go into this chapter. And because I don't want to go into this chapter yet, let's talk about our lunch, which you have, how's it called, where you have been really surprised about.
Yes, we had a great lunch. We had celery schnitzel.
Yes, it's called like this in English. There's no, how's it called, English way to say schnitzel because it's typical German, so everyone should know what it is. But made of celery.
Yeah. And we had a very great salad, which had melon pieces inside of it, which surprised me, but it was very nice.
Yeah, normally, like you told me, that normally you just eat the melon like this, like how's it called, without anything else, and not put it into salad or, I don't know, make a dessert out of it, anything.
For the audience, Mindy is gesturing how to eat a melon.
Yes, as always, I'm gesturing a lot with my hands, but it's good that you don't see it. And Sam is just taking, how's it called, a little bit distance so that I don't punch her or anything.
Yeah. Violence Mindy.
Violence Mandy. Like old Mindy equal to violence Mandy.
Genau.
Which is like no difference to mini Mandy, so everyone is violent.
Every version of you.
Every version of me. And yeah, we also, like, actually I made the lunch today because you had a lecture.
Yes, psychology lecture.
Yes, and I also made, how's it called, a baked pumpkin, which you also never had before, you said.
That's true, and I liked it very much. I also never ever had before this kind of pumpkin.
Mm. Yeah, because normally you use the one that you have in garden, which is like a normal Hokkaido pumpkin.
Yeah.
Which is also very cool, but I kind of prefer like this butternut. I think it's also the same in English, like
Probably.
Probably you have the same in English because it's an English word. The butternut pumpkin, which is very, how's it called, smooth and a little bit sweet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. I know that you want to go into the chapter. You're just looking at me and just
everyone is excited now and they want to know who dies, and we are talking about our lunch.
We are fiction after lunch, so this is something that we kind of have to do. Kinda. But yeah, I'm also very excited to go into the chapter, so I just wanted to, how's it called, Okay, over with the lunch. Let's go
over with.
into the chapter.
Yeah.
And yes, so
Shall we?
I'm scared. I'm very scared.
I know.
Should we kill our favorite, and we also discussed about the fact that Mindy and Jim are our least favorite characters in the story.
That's very true. I'm sorry, Mindy, but you're my least favorite character.
Oh, I'm really sad. You're not even in the story, so I cannot say anything about it.
Mindy will kill me in the next chapter.
Maybe you will kill Mindy, who's... No. Maybe.
If I don't kill you first.
The story is only about who can kill each other, the first.
Yes. Sorry.
I'm so excited, and Sam is just laughing. I'm like, when can we start?
Okay, let's start. Chapter 18. The microwave.
Yes!
This was your wish.
Oh, the microwave. I'm really curious to see. Wait a moment. Okay.
So I took little parts from your chapter, so we have a reminder what happened, right?
Oh, so the last time.
You know what happened here.
Mate, I need to get into the voice again. And we talked about that I don't speak any man anymore because otherwise I will get into my Italian accent voice, so... No Italian today, I think.
You can talk... you can voice Fluppy because he has a high voice, and that's okay.
Yeah, I cannot do, I think, deep voices. So.
No, you can't.
Then I'll leave it up to you because you really
Thank
can
you.
do it.
Don't ruin the chapter.
Okay. Which way is it?
Zen asked Paula one last time before considering feeding her to some tomato plants. Paula, still paralyzed, thought about her tacos and was able to move only her arms.
This way!
And pointed in the direction of a remote village. They finally seemed to be on the right track. After having a quick look at her watch, Paula increased the pace and finally concentrated on the path.
She has a watch?
Yes, she has a watch.
Okay. Can I have a snack, please?
Paula asked.
No.
They were quiet for a moment when a helicopter circled over them.
Where does the helicopter come from?
Because stuff is happening and maybe the government gets involved.
Finally they are doing something. Until now only a lot of people died and no one was doing anything. But okay, the tomato plant army was coming quickly and...
Yeah.
Yes.
So around them, people in black uniforms were shooting at tomatoes from above.
Okay.
Which makes sense, kind of.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why? I'm hungry.
For a moment, Paula looked like she was about to cry.
Because I said no. Ah.
Said so.
But it also works.
Yeah.
Because I said so. Now shut up and walk.
Paula and Zen had been walking for what felt like ages. Soon, Paula stumbled over her open shoelaces. Instead of catching her, Zen shoved her forward and she fell to her knees, gravel hurting her knees and palms.
Okay, I see that you also now got into, how's it called, Zen being very, not angry, but not
violent.
Nice. Yeah. Zen is becoming very violent in contrast to his character before, maybe because he's very annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe also for the listeners who don't know the last chapter. It was your wish to make... No, it was my wish to make Zen more sadistic.
Yes.
I think.
And it's your wish and we should keep him in character, right?
It's more like, how's it called? Something clicked in his mind. Like, his normal person is more a little bit more kind. But then he got so annoyed that he's really, okay, let's get it done over until something happens.
Yeah.
But I feel a little bit sad for Paula now, because he's really kind of violent not to her, but okay.
You wanted an evil character, I wrote an evil character.
Okay. Character development, I see.
I can never do things right.
No, I really like it.
Okay.
But I still feel sorry, so... And that's a good thing, kind of.
Yeah, okay.
Why are you so mean to me? I should have whites. Mindy said I should have whites. She's a lot nicer to me. Yes, finally Mindy is nicer to someone else and not stealing. No, maybe she's still stealing stuff, but... She's nice to people at
But
least.
Mindy said rights.
But Mindy finally knows that Paul is Paul, or was Paul.
Oh,
Like,
I don't know.
I think that was the reason
Maybe
why there
she's-
was a fight in the park also. When Mindy fought Jim.
I'm not sure if she even knows. Maybe Mindy is just like female rights or something like that. I don't know. We don't know, right?
Okay.
I think this makes more sense. Wait, no, she knows Paula because she had a fight with Jim.
Yes, that was
Yes,
was
yeah,
trying to say.
yeah, of course.
So maybe, but you can go
Both ways.
both ways, kind
Yeah.
of, like.
Robot rights and women rights.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not mean, but you are stupid and annoying. You're not even a real living thing. No rights for you. Now walk.
Now
Why are
it's
you
me.
looking at me? Huh?
We had this conversation about rights for robots when we talked about Detroit Become Human.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's why I wrote this.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
good to
Okay.
include it to you, and that also Zen kind of knows that Paula is
Yeah.
is a mix of robot and human. We don't know exactly how it is, but yeah.
While bickering, Zen hadn't even noticed that they weren't even walking in the direction of the remote village anymore.
Oh no! Oh no! Like the whole point was like the reason why he got angry was because they got distracted all the time because of Paula's like behavior at some point, and now they don't go into the right direction anymore.
Yeah.
So, oh no. That's not fair. My legs hurt.
More quietly, she added.
I am real.
She crossed her arms and pouted adorably.
Aww. No, you are not. You're stupid, Zen. Cranky, 'cause you're a robot?
Paula stood still. She blinked and Zen thought he might finally have broken her, but then she turned her head and smiled at him brightly.
One day you will decompose and I'll watch it happen.
She chirped.
Okay.
Because she's a robot and she won't die of natural causes because she's
yeah.
a robot. But because Zen is a alien person thing, he might die one day, and she watch him decompose.
That's a very nice conversation I have. How long do we assume that these aliens, like, do we think that the aliens are living longer than the humans? Because Zen also is able to, how's it called, get new arms and new, how's it called, limbs and everything.
I
So
don't
he
know.
might live longer than a normal human being, but also because of this remote control, which makes it
Yeah.
possible. So, maybe it's only the remote control which is like responsible for them to have like overhuman natural powers, supernatural powers.
Zen smiled back for a moment. They continued walking. The tomatoes were suddenly completely still, which was even scarier than them reaching for everything that moved. Every now and then, people came out of hiding and took a look around before trying to help other survivors or breaking shop windows and stealing stuff.
Yes, obviously.
Sometimes they did both, because that's what always happens, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the alien and the robot walked and walked while Zen was mean and Paula was hurt by it. Suddenly, the alien stood still.
Oh no. Okay. We are back where we started.
Zen said in an awfully low voice.
Okay. Dad said to be home by 7. You stupid.
17 minutes earlier.
What? What? Okay. It's now a different POV.
Yeah, genau.
I want to see what Sam will do with her. But, okay, but we are back to where we started. Isn't it like the house from Lisa's father then?
Yes.
Or, so they're back.
Yeah.
Oh, so everyone will go to Walter's place now? I think Walter will die.
17 minutes earlier. Fluppy was relieved and sat down next to Lucy, who reluctantly had to make room in the back seat and curled up to continue playing her game against the left window.
I remember this was the part where Flippy was run over by Claire and Kay and Lucy's car,
Yeah.
who were sitting inside, and...
Which is actually Mindy's stolen car.
it's Mindy's stolen car. And he was run over, and then they were discussing, because they had no fuel anymore, and then they were discussing, how can we continue? And then they figured out, we just put tomatoes. Like, we have vegetable fuel in this country, so let's use tomatoes and everything. And then they finally went, so the goal was that they go to Walter's place.
Yeah.
As far as I remember. Just doing a small summary for the people who don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Claire said enthusiastically, and they drove towards Lisa's house, while red tomato juice came out of the exhaust pipe of her car. The wind seemed to become stronger and stronger, and the sky turned red, while the morning after their very long prom night began.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2 days after, isn't it?
It's
I'm not sure, yeah. Keith fell asleep after a while. She leaned her head against Claire's shoulder, and Claire had not the heart to wake her.
Oh, that's really cute. I think we might have to go to the hospital first. You guys are losing a lot of blood on the seats, and the floor got kind of sticky.
Claire said.
Okay, she's only caring about the car. Dude, is the other girl okay?
Lucy asked, eyes glued to the phone.
What?
Claire asked.
Which other girl?
She glanced at Kay, who had her eyes closed. With cold and prettily manicured fingers, she carefully touched Kay's forehead. It was sweaty and much too warm.
Oh no! Kay got a
Fever.
Fever. There are so many dead flags in this chapter.
Who could die?
Who could die? We now have Key, who might die of a fever, and we have Paula, who might get killed by 10.
Yeah, that's also your part then.
Oh, okay. Key?
Claire asked quietly.
What's wrong? You were fine only a moment ago.
That's why I have so many words. Claire asked, panic vibrating from her shaking voice.
Oh, sorry. Should I make a more shaking voice?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Kay didn't reply. She was very white.
Oh no. Okay, that's it. We are going to the hospital first.
Claire said and pushed the pedal to the floor. Fluppy?
I would rather you let me out at the estate first.
Fluppy said and leaned forward.
No way. You seem nervous. Is something waiting for you?
Someone.
Did I say this?
No.
Okay.
You said something.
Fluppy, something waiting for you. Okay. You seem nervous. Is someone waiting for you?
Lucy said to Fluppy. For some reason, Fluppy didn't look at her.
It's complicated. I can tell. You had a hard time in high school. You too.
They finally exchanged a short look. Then they stared out their respective windows again. Outside, the tomato plants seemed to slow down.
Oh, finally. We have I think only 5 chapters about the tomato plant army trying to kill the people.
Yeah, but now that they're being shot at and...
The government is finally doing something.
Yeah.
I want to fight them. Now seems a good time to destroy the last ones.
Lucy said, face pressed against her window.
Stay calm. You've been hit by a car.
Claire said.
I'm fine. However, you could help get more tomato juice at the next stop. Picking those up really hurts me in the back.
Claire said softly to not wake Kay. She glanced at her, but she still seemed very calm.
I can't. I've been hit by a car.
Lucy complained.
But isn't Lucy totally fine? Wasn't she just playing video games in the backseat? Where did she even get the popcorn from the last episode? Yeah. She's just lazy, and she doesn't want to help humans because she herself is an alien, so... Yeah.
Meanwhile, Fluppy tried to clean his fur a little.
Oh.
He felt pain everywhere.
Oh.
Splinter.
Like a cute boy.
Splinters of glass and little stones were caught in his fur. When he looked out his window again, he saw that the sky had turned red. The streets had turned red. Everything was red. The closer they came to his old home, the less sure Fluppy became of what he wanted to do to Walter to stop him.
As I assumed that he would just punch him in the face.
The familiar neighborhood brought old memories back. Tears filled his eyes and he hoped the kids wouldn't notice. As the surroundings became more familiar, it became clear to him that the thing he wanted to do most was finally hug him again.
Oh, it's so cute between, like we already said that we are like, this story is only about Fluppy and Walter.
Yeah.
Like Fluppy and Walter are our main characters here. Favorite characters. Turn right here,
He said. Claire looked in the mirror and bit her lips, uncertain on what to do, because she wants to go to the hospital first.
Yeah. Can Fluppy just, I don't know, go out of the car and they can just go to the hospital?
We will see.
Why is he just not, I don't know, he can walk the way.
But, you know, she is giving full speed, full velocity.
Yes.
And she doesn't slow down and she wants to go to the hospital as fast as possible because Kay
she doesn't want to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
12 minutes earlier.
What? How many minutes
From the other point. So we're at the same point in time we were at the end of the other part, and now we are again 12 minutes earlier. Should I write it down?
Wait, what was it then? Wasn't it like, okay, Sen and Paula arrived, and then wasn't it also 12 minutes earlier? And during this 12 minutes, Claire and the rest is driving to the house, and now 12 minutes earlier?
Wait a second.
I'm complicated.
So it's now earlier than it is when Claire looks in the mirror. It's 12 minutes before Claire looks in the mirror.
Okay.
Uncertain of what to do.
And it's also like a different POV, so it's not again Sen and Paula, but a different one.
Yeah, it's Walter's POV now.
Oh, Walter's POV. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense that everything was now 12 minutes earlier.
Exactly.
Whew.
The war needs to end once and for all. Walter mumbled to himself again, like he had to convince himself, before he set the octopus free into the sewerage.
What is a sewerage?
Kanalsystem.
Okay, wait, let me
First I had written canal system.
Canal system.
It's wrong. When he walked a long winded staircase up into the lower laboratory again, he noticed that something was wrong.
What is a long winded staircase?
It's like at my place.
So it's circular.
Yeah.
Okay.
The emergency light had started blinking. He rushed through the laboratory, pushing buttons and turning levers. Something in the huge tank had started moving. It made uncomfortable growling sounds similar to the sound of broken shark on a blackboard, which was your sentence, by the way.
I remember it.
The glass of the tank had cracked and a fluid had escaped and went down the drain next to it. That's not ideal, Walter said and fixed the glass, but the damage had already been done.
That's not ideal. No, okay, oops.
But one thing after the other. The microwave had priority.
Oh, the microwave, okay.
And as he shut the door behind himself, the glass of the tank cracked some more. From
He's
the
like,
vibration of the door shutting.
Oh no. He should know not to do it, right?
In the other room, Walter furiously searched for the emergency microwave parts and maybe built a second one. He ran his hands through his hair in exhaustion. Mr. Blobby probably had eaten some of the parts. But it was too late now. For a moment he glanced at the TV, still set to the news channel.
Oh no,
I
not
really
the
like
news channel.
I really like the news channel.
Yeah, every time when it's your turn, you're like, okay, I need to watch the television and watch the news. Seeing what is happening in the town.
This reminded him. Amber, can you come here for a moment, please? He called. No answer. After a few minutes, he stomped upstairs and knocked on his daughter's door. Amber, where are you? You can have some ice cream.
I love this person.
He waited for another moment for a reply. You probably shouldn't leave the house for a while. Still no answer. You may want to say, Dad, that's all your fault. But it's not. Most of it. The tomato plants seem to calm down, but the tornado is destroying the neighboring villages. The octopus was set free. There may or may not have been some more water pollution. Better not use tap water. And also, don't leave the house because it's getting dangerous out there. I've updated the safety protocols. Look, I know you are mad at me, but...
Okay. So much happening.
He hesitated and listened against the door.
Okay, can we shortly discuss what he was talking about? There was so much. Okay, so first of all, we know that he was not responsible for the tomato plant army. This is what we know, because it's Jim's fault. But a tornado is destroying the neighboring villages.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dangerous.
This also happened in the last chapter.
Yeah, we know that
And
the tornado
2 chapters
was
before.
approaching, but we don't know how strong it was. Like sometimes you have a tornado which is like not too strong and not destroying houses and everything. But he's destroying neighboring villages.
Yeah.
Like a full village. And oh my god, okay. And the second thing that is happening, that was it the octopus that was in the basement, which we talked about?
Yeah, it's Mr. Blobby. Mr. Blobby was set free in the sewerage.
Ah, yeah, he put him
Yeah.
into the sewerage.
And he kind of phrased it like it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, the octopus was set free, and I was like, you set it free, didn't you? And like,
But he's talking to his daughter now.
ah, yeah, so it's not his fault, no? But I don't remember anymore. Why did he wanted to set Mr. Blobby free? I think he said something about like the war needs to end again or something.
Yes.
So Mr. Blobby is now free to go everywhere. I think Mr. Blobby will kill someone here. And water pollution, is it also coming now from Mr. Blobby who was set free, or
No.
why?
No, because of the tank that cracked and dropped into the drain.
Ah, okay.
So don't use tap water. Like at our places.
Like at your place. Maybe there was also like some monster was freed, or I don't know, the water from the monster tank was freed. And another thing,
Yeah.
Amber's not answering.
Yeah.
Why?
Is she
What?
dead?
Why is she dead? This was my thought when I saw like no answer, still no answer, no answer.
No answer, no noise. Can I come in? He knocked again, and then he tried to open the door, but it was locked.
So she should be inside.
Is everything okay? Still no answer. Now he was slightly worried.
I'm also worried here. Not Amber.
Mindy was worried.
Wendy was worried and Walter was worried. Like I can imagine Mindy and Jim, they didn't go far away from Walter's house, and also just decided to come back to Walter's house, and then she just stands next to Walter and like, oh yeah, where's Amber? Oh, here, by the way, I have your microwave.
But Mindy and Jim are not coming back to Lisa's.
Ah, okay.
You didn't write about them last chapter, were
No, I normally don't write about them.
Yeah.
Because I think you're better in writing.
Because you don't like the characters.
Yeah, they're my least favorite character.
No, I
To
think
write about Fluppy.
in the chapter before that they were just leaving Walter's house with the microwave, which Mindy stole.
Yes, I think the last thing that Mindy and Jim did was that they were surrounded by the tomato
plants, and Mindy was fighting them with the microwave.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but will they come back in your chapter, or?
No spoilers.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Still no answer. Now he was slightly worried. Amber! Sorry, but I'm coming in. He reached into his lab coat, touched his gun, then his other gun, then his knife.
This guy has 2 guns.
And a knife.
And a knife. Why? He's at home, isn't he? Senator's like, okay, accept it, okay.
Well, he's at home, but he
You
had
never
people
know.
attacking the laboratory, and I think in your chapter you also talked about Lisa getting abducted and stuff like that.
So maybe he's very careful now.
Yeah,
Always
cautious.
carrying something. Okay.
After some thought, he took his wallet and from there his credit card and swiftly used it to open the door.
Okay. Isn't it? Didn't we saw like how's it called? Wasn't a movie or something where we saw this scene where they always try to open something with their credit card? Or maybe I saw
Might
something.
have been. It's what happens often.
Yeah.
We might have as well.
Maybe in Person of Interest there was one scene.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably.
The room was empty. The window was open. He looked around. Wind scattered some homework on the floor. With only one glance, he could tell that most of the equations were wrong. Just to be sure, he opened the closet and looked under the bed, but Amber was nowhere to be found. Well, that is unfortunate.
I like his sentence. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. My daughter's gone somewhere. Where's my daughter?
After I updated the safety protocols.
Oh no.
Yeah.
In the safety protocols, it's more something like a security system for his house? Or
Yes.
what is the security system doing?
Not the right thing, apparently.
Where's Amber? Why is the window open?
18 minutes earlier.
You're very precise with time here, right? Like, until now we never cared about the time so, like, in detail. But in this chapter, in this chapter. So 18 minutes earlier. Now we had 12 minutes earlier, but this is more earlier then.
This is now 18 minutes earlier from the time that Walter says, well, that is unfortunate.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not the whole chapter 18 minutes earlier, but from
Only-
this point of view,
Yes.
time frame earlier. Okay.
And now we have a POV change again to Mindy and Jim.
Oh! So I will read Mindy.
Yes, you will
Yes.
read Mindy.
Finally, I can read my own voice again. I feel like it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it is good to warn people in advance about the circumstances that will cause you to bite them. And I think that giving that warning, it is good. What?
To follow through when the time comes.
I think it is good to warn people. Okay, wait. You're using too complicated sentence for Mindy. She can never speak like this. I think it is good to warn people in advance about the circumstances that will cause you to bite them. And I think that giving that warning, it is good to follow through when the time comes.
Mindy just explained as she sat down on the microwave to catch her breath.
Don't sit on the microwave, kids. Don't do it.
Now we know the importance and now she sits on it. Like I imagine her just so letting it fall to the ground and sitting on it.
Yeah.
Because she's
The
tired.
microwave is losing his like, how's it called, money worth. Like Mindy is sitting on it, it's like she has a lot of tomato juice on the microwave, maybe it's broken. She cannot pay her rent with it anymore.
You are kinda endangering the mission right now. We need to keep moving or we will be late. Jim glanced at his watch and then at her.
Finally everyone has a watch here.
Yes.
Never had before.
Because of the minutes, right?
Yeah. Can you ever just say something nice to me?
He looked at her in confusion. You have legs?
Actually this sounds like something my boyfriend would say to me.
You spent too much time with the two of you.
Yeah. It's like it's all like Mac and my, how's it called, aura is influencing you. Like, okay, this is like the compliment that he is giving me. You have legs? Yeah, okay. Good to know. Most people do. You have to be more specific. That's actually me.
Thank you that I'm writing you well.
Yeah, you're really good at it.
Pouting, Mindy threw her hair back before she tried her cutest smile. Nah.
Still not favorite character.
No.
No.
Jim thought for a moment as he watched her closely. You have legs in all the right places.
What? What? Which other places?
Because alien, maybe he knows species that have legs somewhere else.
Okay. I don't want to imagine. But he's very casual about it, yeah.
Mindy huffed. Unimpressed, Jim crossed his arms. Now, Come on, let's go. We might be able to accelerate the end of the world.
I thought we were going to help Lisa first, and we kinda lost contact with Claire and Kay. We might not be friends anymore, but I do hope they are not dead.
Whatever made you think that?
Maybe the big tomato plant army coming to the town and being on the highway where Claire and Kay have been.
I think he's more asking about why she thinks that they are going to help Lisa and Claire and Kay.
Ah, okay. I thought it was because of the dad thing, but
Mindy stared at him, and then she just shrugged. The microwave was heavy and her arms hurt. Her feet hurt too from walking in different high heels over the span of way too much time.
Yeah, she's walking on high heels. I think, when was the prom night? We have a time of like maybe 12 hours she's wearing them? Time frame?
I think more time has passed.
More
I'm
time?
not sure.
Like, because
A lot has happened.
when does the prom night start? It starts like normally at 6 p.m. The day before, and then they left the prom night at 12
Yes.
midnight.
And then a lot of things happened.
A lot of things happened.
And now it's
we
morning
have
again.
morning, so it should be 12 hours kind of. And then a little bit more, so we assume that it's maybe 9 in the morning.
No,
Well,
let's
earlier.
say it's 6. Let's say it's 6.
Then it's exactly 12 hours.
No, wait. It's 18 minutes before 7. Dad said to be home by 7.
Ah!
It's 13 hours. It's 13 hours.
13 hours, okay.
There's no point. The world is ending, Mindy.
But they are my friends.
Jim thought for a while. Remember when I told Lisa that I'm an alien before I told you?
I'm getting jealous already. Okay. So Mindy is saying...
I almost wrote I'm getting jealous right now. I almost wrote an exact sentence. But we are not far from it.
So... Actually, I did say everything right, didn't I?
You did. We
There are
could
some...
as well leave it in.
So... I'm so angry at Lisa right now.
Okay, then let's go.
Jim is just like, okay, I will not talk about this matter.
Also, the attention span we talked about earlier when we went for a walk.
But this is Jim's attention span.
No, he distracted her, and now he knows that she's distracted and angry at Lisa. Now they can go.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. But, okay. Jim is very, how's it called? Manipulative?
Yeah. Jim stepped closer to help with the microwave. Their fingers touched when they both held it, and Mindy turned red.
Now it's getting a little bit uncomfortable, actually.
With small steps, they kept moving in whatever direction Jim thought would be best, while the tomato plants seemed to retreat. The girls, the alien, and the green bear have been driving in the car for a while.
You can let me out here, please.
Fluppy suddenly said. Claire.
Absolutely not. We are going to the hospital first.
Claire said, but reluctantly slowed down the car. They made eye contact through the mirror. There was something empty about his eyes, something sad.
Oh.
Without further warning, he opened the door and jumped out of the car.
Yes! I thought that this would happen. This would happen.
Yes?
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like it a little bit, because the only reason why he goes out is like, why he goes out in general.
Yeah.
You know, why he went out to kill all the tomato plants was to get to Walter's house. And now he doesn't want to stop.
Yeah.
Kind of. And now that she also slowed down, he sees like, okay, I'm already injured, so why not more?
Yeah. Now he's like, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Claire watched him roll on the ground in the rear mirror while Lucy leaned over and closed the door without ever taking her eyes off her phone.
Lucy is just like, I don't care.
No.
Now, that's something that happened.
Claire said and frowned.
Oh shit.
She said when she saw the tornado in the distance picking up a cow and swirling it around. What? What? Why are you laughing?
Because this is an invader Zin fanfiction, and there's actually a scene where also a cow is.
Yes.
How's it called? By an alien beam, a cow is picked up and swirled around. And now I have this image of the series in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, you never saw it, but it will be so funny when you see it then.
Oh, okay.
It's like you wrote the story.
Yeah. Maybe they are copying me.
Maybe, who knows? Look, that's not optimal. The speed with which it's moving suggests that
Kay mumbled as she blinked and opened her eyes for a moment.
Kay is not dead. Yay!
But she was interrupted by Claire making a shrill sound before she laughed hysterically.
Are we sure the first few seconds in a tornado aren't fun? Like the first few spins.
Kay didn't know what to reply to that.
That's actually something I would say, and you will be like,
What?
What are you talking about?
Trying to calm herself down, Claire cleared her throat.
Are you okay? Fine. Leave me alone.
She turned a little, so she was leaning against the window instead of against Claire.
At least she's fine, so... I know you're trying to push me away, but I won't let you.
Still clasping the steering wheel tightly with one hand, she reached out and held Kay's cold and sweaty hand with her other one.
But,
Yeah,
okay, but there's like saying something that Key is trying to push her away, kind of.
Yeah, because she says, leave me alone.
Yeah, but maybe she has a headache, she has a fever, and she just wants to get into a more comfortable position, because when I am in a car, normally it's for me more comfortable to sit at the window instead of having my head on the shoulder of someone else. Because then my head is always, I don't know, falling down from the shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
So actually I think Kay just wants to get herself a little bit more comfortable. And Claire is overreacting, I think.
Yeah, Claire's misinterpreting the situation.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Maybe she will kill Claire. No, Care.
Kay?
Care, we have... this is our, how's it called, shipping name.
Clay.
Clay.
Okay.
Okay.
15 years ago.
What? What?
Meg's wish.
What was his wish? I need to remember.
Don't remember. Mindy, Jim and Lisa were in Mindy's living room, unsupervised. The TV was on one of the music channels playing the latest charts.
They're in Mindy's living room. And
Yeah.
Lisa's also there, okay.
Yeah, Mindy, Jim and Lisa in Mindy's living room. 15 years ago.
15 years ago,
So
wait.
they're like 5. Because they're 20 now.
Yes, when did our story take place again? Wasn't it 13 years ago? So this is like 2 years earlier than everything started. Okay.
Lisa wore pearls Mindy had gotten for her. She didn't want to know from where.
And why? Did it already start so early in her life?
Maybe. In high school. After elementary school comes high school, right?
Middle school normally.
Middle school, yeah. Like 6th grade or 5th grade. I had a friend who stole pearls for me.
Okay. And then you didn't want to know where, from where.
I knew from where.
Okay.
Like those cheap ones, not the actual pearls from shells, but like plastic pearls.
Yeah, and maybe something that is, how's it called, normally outside of a store, normally they have like, how's it called, this extra stand, which is like also unsupervised.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. So she just went into the shop and just took some.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Lisa... No, Mindy is this kind of friend that you had who stole stuff in shops.
Exactly.
What image do you have of Mindy? She, how's it called, maybe Mindy has like, how's it called, claustro... No, not claustro...
No, kleptomania.
I don't know if it's the same in English, but it's like, how's it, not a disease, it's more like an urge to steal stuff. And I think Mindy definitely has it in the story.
Disease to steal.
The urge.
Yeah. Maybe. Lisa wore pearls Mindy had gotten for her. She didn't want to know from where, but they fit well with her flowery sky blue shirt. Mindy and Jim, on the other hand, wore completely black clothes.
Yeah!
Lisa's father had silently judged their parents for letting them walk around like that when he had drove Lisa there.
judge their parents?
Yes.
Mindy and Jim's parents?
Yes. Because he thinks they both have parents and they let them walk around all in black. And I don't know how it was with you, but my mother always said when I was little that little kids shouldn't wear black, only for funerals.
Okay,
when
no.
kids are really small.
Actually, my mom was completely not the opposite, but there was a long time frame where I was not allowed to wear stuff that I wanted.
Yeah.
So she always chose the clothes that I needed to wear in school, and every time when I chose something myself, she how's it called, became very angry and said like, oh no, this looks very stupid, you know.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Yeah. And then I just, at some point, I really just started to wear like this gothic clothes. And Same. And I didn't care anymore what she said about it, because I felt so uncomfortable in all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't felt like me.
Yeah.
And then all of this black stuff and everything, I don't know, it was just very good. Today is also like an exception, because today I'm having like a
Grey.
gray.
Maybe it was white once, but now it's grey.
No, it should be grey. Like a little bit bluish grey, not t-shirt, pullover or something like this. And normally I'm wearing completely black clothes, because I don't know, I really like wearing black clothes. They, I don't know, give a good feeling, everything.
Yeah, same for me, only that currently all my black things are dirty and I have to wear jeans and a grey shirt.
Yeah, but nothing very colorful, isn't it? Like,
I have color.
It's only a little bit of red, like, at the edges of your pullover.
Yeah.
This is enough color for us.
Yeah. Let's stop with the clothing corner and go back to the story. The three of them stood in front of a huge mirror.
Ah, so Mini Mindy.
Mini Mindy.
And that's how you apply lipstick.
Mindy explained. And that's how humans do it, Jim asked.
All humans do that.
I'm not so sure anymore, Lisa said and frowned, wondering if she had ever seen one of her dads do it.
It's nice to say like one of her dads, but yeah. And now they are teaching Jim how to apply makeup. I really like it. Yeah. This was something like a wish and something that we talked about for so long.
Yeah.
And okay, so that was Meg's wish actually to include it, right?
Yeah.
I've seen it on TV,
Mindy said. Then it must be true. They can't just put anything on the TV, Lisa replied.
They watch way too much TV. But actually it was the same for me. Everything that I saw on television, which was mainly anime.
Had to be true.
Had to be true.
Yeah.
Like all of the animes that I saw, like everything that happens inside was true for me. At least when I was a child.
Outside, police sirens could suddenly be heard, and Mindy hid behind the sofa out of reflex, so she couldn't be seen from the window.
Oh no! Mindy, what are you doing in this story? Story Mindy is really... But at least she's careful. She knows that police can catch you.
Yeah.
And everything. For how old is she?
5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Yeah.
She just learned how to walk. And she just...
That's not how kids work. 5-year-olds. This is when you just started to walk.
I didn't know anymore when I started to walk. I have no memories.
Not with 5 years.
Was it 2 years when you start to walk? It's earlier, really.
Yeah.
When do you go to kindergarten again?
I had to go later to the kindergarten.
Ah, but you had also the problem, wasn't it?
This was another issue.
This was another issue, okay.
Yeah, we went like... I'm not going to tell the story.
Yeah, maybe next time. It's like we need to continue with the story. Sorry.
Can we have more chocolate, please? Lisa asked.
Sure.
Mindy crawled towards the kitchen, so she wouldn't be seen from the window.
It's so cute, actually.
After she had disappeared, Lisa leaned over to Jim. I need to tell you a secret, because I might need help with something. You don't have to. I already know.
What? Jim knows? What secret does Lisa have?
It wasn't that hard to figure out. Jim applied more lipstick while Lisa stared at him from the side. Lisa whispered so Mindy wouldn't hear them. And you are not from here. We are not the same, but we are both different from the others. Jim smeared black glittery mascara around his eyes. Do I look pretty? He asked.
His attention for like he's really very easily distracted. She really wants to tell him some kind of secret. She knows that he's an alien or something, and he's like, "Do I look pretty?" He's not paying attention.
Very. Then they were quiet again.
I bought chocolate and found some dresses we can wear.
Mindy said when she re-entered the living room. I like dresses,
Oh
Jim
no!
said.
Jim is also wearing dresses now.
Mindy giggled.
They belong to my mother.
Where is she? Lisa asked.
Oh, where's her mother? On vacation.
Mindy lied.
She lied. Yes. Her mother is on vacation. Definitely. Didn't we already say that her parents died at some point? When Paula came visiting her house or anything?
But Mindy doesn't want to get taken by adopted and put away, and
like a 5-year-old is living alone with an alien. How?
they are not even living together, aren't they?
I don't know, aren't they now at her house?
They are different houses, but he's visiting and Lisa is visiting.
So, and maybe they always bring some food for her. Like a 5-year-old needs to care about herself all the time. How is she organizing? Where does she... Okay, she doesn't get the money from people. She's stealing stuff, so...
Or maybe, I mean, it's not stated that her parents are dead just yet. Maybe her mother is somewhere, but she can't tell where.
Maybe she's in the war.
Maybe she's in the war. On vacation.
On vacation.
It's so weird that you have a mother, Lisa said. It's much cooler to have 2 dads.
Wait, bitch. This is not how you talk with Mindy.
Beach.
Beach. Now Lisa is getting very... Now she's not my favorite character anymore. Not my best friend. I will resign this friendship contract.
I agree with Lisa, Jim
What?
said.
Jim? Okay, Jim. Then your friendship contract is also cancelled. I need new friends.
Jim said. He didn't tell the story of how he got sent to Earth and what his parents had told him. Instead, he smiled like he had practiced many times in front of the mirror.
Oh, some deeper stuff.
Mindy sat on the floor next to them and ate a piece of chocolate. When she noticed the other two looking at her, she shrugged.
We have us. We can be family too,
Mindy said. We can be together forever, Lisa said and hugged Mindy.
Oh.
Forever until the world ends, Jim said, and he smiled because the other two had no idea how soon that would happen.
Okay, that's actually really deep at some point.
So that's the first half of this chapter.
Oh my god. Like the last part really caught me, like, I really was surprised how deep it now just went in a few sentences. Like, Mindy lied about her parents, like they are not on vacation or anything.
Jim lied about his parents.
And he even has parents, but I didn't knew before. Like,
everyone has.
Bacteria doesn't have parents; they just clone. It might also be the case with aliens.
Or at least he had caretaker, like people who made him grow up.
Oh, and then he is referring to these people as parents, because actually in the original
more
series...
like guardians, maybe.
Because in the original series, they don't have parents, the aliens.
Well, of course I don't know that.
Yeah, therefore I just wanted to... Therefore I was surprised. I have parents, like, oh, okay. Oh, this is a TARDIS. Characters from the story. Yeah, at some point... I don't know, at some point I start to like Mindy and Jim now. Again, it's very weird. Until now, they have a weird relationship. They have been very unlikable at some point. they have, I don't know.
It becomes different as soon as you have a tragic backstory.
Yeah, at some point it describes how the characters behave, like they behave at some point. Because if they just behave stupid or I don't know, unlikable in a way, then you're like, okay, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But then if you get a guess about how they came to this behavior,
Yes.
then it's more like you can feel more understanding for them. Or Haikuno. I don't know, like it's more like you more connect to these characters and you get like a feeling. So I don't know if I can get this through, but
Yeah, because with Mindy, for example, okay, it's not cool that she steals stuff, but as soon as you know that she was left alone as a child and she had to do what it takes to survive,
yeah.
it sheds a different light on her.
Yeah, it's more like she never had any other way how to handle it because she's a
Yeah.
5-year-old
Yeah,
who needs
and
to
that's
take care of herself all the time, and the only way she can do it is by stealing stuff at some point.
Yeah.
And then she could just continue doing it over years and her whole life, and she saw that it worked out all the time because she never went into prison until now. So, we don't know.
Jim went.
Jim
She didn't.
So maybe she's also really good at what she's doing, and then she thinks like, okay, this is, I don't know, just normal for me. But if I say it maybe to other people, maybe it's not so normal. But I don't know. Now she's again more likable at some point.
And also Jim, who was also left alone when he was young on Earth. I don't know how is this on the original story, but in the series.
In the original one, he was sent to Earth, and he was very like, I will kill everyone. And he had Paula with him, like his robot.
Gear.
So Gear. He never felt alone or anything. And he also said that aliens don't have friends, so I don't need friends or something like this. But it's kind of cute. I really want to know how Jim and Mindy at some point, how they met, and what kind of connections they have. And also, the sentence, instead he smiled like he had practiced many times in front of the mirror. This is also, I don't know, giving him more...
Sentence.
It's a really sad sentence, actually. Like, until now he was just, like, very casual, and they're like, okay, let's do it, or something. I don't know. And now he's just playing a character.
Yeah.
So, who is the real Jim? What is his mission? And he's playing the character of a good friend, but in his mind he's always thinking, okay, the world will end and everyone will die, or he needs to kill them.
Yeah.
So
It's the mission.
it's a mission.
Yeah.
And at some point you get, how's it called, connected to these people you spend a lot of time with. Like he's connected to Mindy, to Lisa and everyone, but in his mind he always needs to think like he needs to kill them at some point.
Yeah.
Like he cannot save them, and therefore it's like, okay, I need to practice how to smile in front of them. But inside he's maybe really sad and depressed, or I don't know. Oh my god, it's getting really... This was like the last sentences now, no? There's so much happened in this chapter, and we can talk so much about it. Like, I'm still wondering, like, where's Amber? Like, why did she go out of the window, and what about this security system that Walter updated? I'm really curious about to see what happens there. And now we have Fluppy on the way to Walter's house.
Yeah.
How he survived out to go out of a running car. Driving car.
A driving car, yeah.
A driving car. He was in the army, so he's maybe more like, what's it called? Tough.
Yeah, he knows how to catch himself. And he has thick fur.
Yeah.
So it's maybe a bit softer.
Yeah. He's a bear, so he's protected at some point. So he's on the way to Walter's house. We have Emma who has disappeared, and what else? Claire and Kay and Lucy, who is just there at some point. She doesn't do anything but just...
Yeah, she doesn't want to help. She just wants to drive in the car.
Lucy's thinking everything is like a road trip and seeing like things and everything.
And Kay is sick now.
Yeah, she gets a fever, so...
What happened there?
There's so many dead flags here.
Red flags for dead.
Everyone will die. Or maybe it's not only one character who will die in the next chapter. I don't know. No spoiler for me, please.
No.
Don't say anything.
Oh, it hurts to not tell.
Yeah, and you need to wait more because this is everything that we are going to read for today. Otherwise, the episode will become more longer.
It will become too long because I have written 5,000 words, and that's like 2 hours of reading, isn't it?
Yeah, and therefore it makes more sense to cut it into 2 parts, because normally we try to make episodes of like 1 hour or a little bit less. Because I think it's just a little bit better to listen to it if you have like 1 hour. And
after this part, maybe we put a comment corner again, so where we will reply to comments sent by my wife. And
yeah, it depends on how long this part already is, because we already have 1 hour, so maybe not in this part.
Okay.
But every time, also for the listeners, every time when we have an episode which is like not too long or anything, we decide to put maybe some comments after it. And currently we have a lot of comments from Sam's wife, Tia. Thank you, Tia, by the way.
Yeah.
And she wrote us a lot of comments, so we have a lot to go through.
Yeah.
But as we also said in the other, how's it called? Episodes. Like now I cannot do a wish right now because the next chapter is already written.
Yes.
And
it's not really, it's the second part of chapter 18.
It's the second part which we cannot read today, but I cannot do a wish, but I wanted to say that if you have a wish you want to get included, write us on all of our social media.
Which are on Tumblr we are Fiction After Lunch. On Instagram we are Fiction After Lunch. On YouTube we are Fiction After Lunch. Check out our YouTube channel, we have some really cool things coming up.
Yeah, maybe you can tell them about like...
Right now it should be after Halloween.
So we cannot make advertisement for it anymore.
Yes, we can. You can now, if you haven't watched it already, go over to our YouTube channel and look at the small video I made. I'm reading something, Mindy is in it, Meg is in it, and also Tia is in it.
Yeah, we have like a small cast now.
Yeah.
Which is really cute.
It's fun. And we have an email address.
Yeah, which is fictionafterlunch@gmail.com. And we
lastly,
lastly,
the thing Mindy has been waiting for.
I always wait for it.
We are also on Twitter, which you can find us under Fiction and Lunch.
Yeah. Follow us everywhere. And if, as I said, if you have a wish or anything, write us on any social media.
Any comments if you
want.
Also,
I think also on YouTube it works. Like, what's it called? Just wishes and just something you want to include.
Just write it into the comment section on YouTube.
Yeah. And then we might include it in the story.
Yeah.
We try. I like that
we both try. Yeah.
I like that we both said it at the same time, like looking at each other and then like, we try. Because there's so much happening.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so I think this was everything for today's episode.
Yes.
What should be our last sentence?
Let's read another chapter.
Okay. So we are going to read the next chapter now, so let's end this episode because I'm very curious.
Forever until the world ends.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Forever until the world ends.